I want to talk about flexibility, like flex-ability, like not rigid, like flexibility. I want to talk to everybody about how important that is in all of our lives right now, especially our work lives. But I want to start with LaFawn about why, especially in this new era of work that we're in, like why is flexibility so important in work today?
Yeah, so I think right now we're in the, great resignation, the great realization, whatever you want to call it, and flexibility is one of those top things that everyone needs. And I think it's based on, who someone is, and they will have different needs. I think what flexibility shows us is intersectionality. So normally what I share are my layers, because that's, depending on what layer shows up that day, I may need something different. And that's flexible too. So I am Black, I am queer, I'm a woman, I am of a mature age. I have an adult.
She said
mature. I have an adult son, and so all of those different layers mean that I may need something different in the workplace. I may need a flexible schedule, or I may need to take time off differently. I may need to approach my work differently. And I think what we're seeing right now in the job market in all industries is that people are screaming, this is what we need. It is no longer up to a company or an industry to set the standards. It is a job seeker's market. And there are demands that job seekers have right now. And one of those demands is flexibility. I need a flexible schedule. Or I need to, like retail saw the biggest resignation numbers ever in April of last year because there weren't flexible schedules. They might not know if they're going to be working or when. They might not have consecutive days off. People are dealing with children at home or other caretaking responsibilities. They may be ill. There's all sorts of reasons why people need flexibility in the workforce. And so right now, it's an exciting time, maybe not for companies and employers, but it's an exciting time for job seekers to be able to say, this is what I need, or I will go someplace else.
Right. Yeah, and I think too, as an employer, the thing I've been trying to say to my team is that, hey, you got to tell me what you need in order to do your job well. So if you need every Tuesday afternoon off to like go do yoga and eat tacos, like cool. Just tell me.
Was that me that said that?
It might have been an email I got. Now I'm realizing it was from you. No, but it's like if that's what you need, tell me, and then I will work around that. But I do realize in a company retreat that we did at Hillman Grad, just to really hear from everyone for us to be in the same room, we learned that you have to teach people that are working for you to be empowered to tell you what they actually need. That's what I learned at the retreat. Because I was like, if you're burned out, if you're not really feeling it, it's more about like, are you not saying to me what you need in order to not be burned out, in order to be productive? Because if there's this things like, oh, well, I assumed you would this, or maybe you would be upset. It's like, please don't do that to me and I won't do it to you. It's like, let's come together and have a conversation about what we both need out of this. And I think that is the biggest thing I took out of that retreat was that we all have to communicate with each other about what we need to do our jobs well.
Yes, but in fairness to the people that aren't speaking up, I can remember when I was in my first and second jobs, and obviously this was some time ago, but still relevant. It's very scary to go to the person that's paying your fees, your salary, and just say, you know something, I have a son, and I have to pick him up from school by 3, or I need to get that yoga and those tacos is very
Together,
difficult because
together.
The fear is that person is just going to say, well, then you have to go. You don't work here anymore. The little bit of benefits that we were paying you, we're no longer paying you. The rent or the mortgage that you thought was paid is suddenly not paid. So it's very scary. So I'm wondering, has anybody dealt with that moment where they had to actually stand up to like an employer or a producer or anything like that and had to kind of put their foot down?
Yeah, I mean, just being on a TV show, you know, they have all lock on me. So whether if I had another job to do, they can tell me, no, you can't go and do that. We have first dibs. So I always had to kind of stand up for myself and tell them like, hey, this is something that I really want to do. And yes, this is one opportunity that I'm grateful that I have right now, but I need to do other opportunities as well. So I always speak up. I feel like I'm a person that communicates well, and I feel like if there's no communication, then you don't have anything. But I also feel like with COVID too, that it has made things more flexible in a way. I mean, of course it's a terrible thing of what happened, but you know, instead of going into meetings in person, you can do it on Zoom. Instead of going into an audition, you could do a self-tape. So things have worked out for me in that way.
And I think there's also flexibility and productivity, because one thing that I've learned in these last 2 years is what got me to success is not going to sustain me in success. So what got me to success is this drive, this like gangsterness, never let him see you sweat, like go hard in the paint.
That's real.
And I got tired. I'm tired. That's not sustainable. And it's like, it's very, you'll get results.
Yes.
But after you get the results, then you have to like reevaluate. Like, is this good for my long term? Is this good for my short term? Is this good for my now? Like, am I sleeping? Am I happy? You know, like I got the results, but like, is that it? Is that all?
That's an interesting change though, too. It's like when you're trying to get in and you're saying yes, yes, whatever I gotta do, and then you get in and then you create this life for yourself, and then it's about, oh, now I gotta start saying no.
Yeah.
And that is the hardest thing, because you're so trained to be like, nah, these are opportunities, talking about that, I need to take advantage of them, da-da-da. But then once you're in a space, then it's about, okay, how can I give somebody else an opportunity? Like, that's when you go like, you know what, I don't need that. Like, I'm over here, let me spread it. And I think sometimes people do get caught up in the, I don't wanna say no to opportunity still because I don't know when this is gonna be done.
Because that's the lack mentality,
Yeah.
even in abundance. Because you can have a lack mentality when you are like overflowing, but to be able to say like, yo fam, like there is actually power in a nah, or a not right now, or you know what, like what is this for? Or just
I'm literally, my blood pressure is going up. No, but in all seriousness, I think so often as Black people, as Black women, as BIPOC, anybody in a marginalized community, I'm speaking up for that side of it right now. I really feel like, even me, so many times I get an opportunity and I just feel like I should just say yes. How can I squeeze it in? It's this amount of money, or it's that amount of money, or it's this kind of exposure, or it's that kind of exposure. But I should just say yes, because the evil eye is going to look upon me if I say no.
Yes. It's because this industry. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's this industry makes us feel that we are replaceable.
Yeah.
At any moment you can go, and especially when there's not many of you to begin with that's getting to be in this pool. It's like, well, we can just, Yvonne will do it, and it's like, but. And I want her to win too, but like, I need this because now I'm a mom and I have a mortgage and I have all these things. I have a family to take care of. You feel this pressure.
Yeah. So I've been doing a lot of nervous system work. And so it's like...
Wait, say that again?
I've been doing a lot of nervous system work. And like, your body doesn't lie. Yes. So it's like, your mind can say, I want to do this. But then your body immediately is like, I'm already tired. Like, I'm tired right now as the opportunities come in. So, like, really, I should say no. Or one thing I always ask myself is, like, you'll do this, but the day before this needs to come, will you be mad because look at your schedule already? And it's like, you know what? I know I'm going to be mad. I know I'm going to be mad. And it is the scarcity thing of, like, well, if I don't do this, then I don't, like, it'll skyrocket it. And it's like, you will meet these people again. The opportunity will come. It'll be probably better. And so it's like, you're the magic. You, like you were saying, like, it's a market for people who are looking for a job. You're the magic. So the opportunity will come. It may take longer, but you'll get the thing that you want. It's like a relationship. I look at everything like dating. It's like, you know what? I may be a little single for a little bit longer, but when I get the thing that I want, like, it's going to pop.
It's going to last. It's going to be fun.
I feel like I've experienced that with being a mom. And when I was pregnant, I had this opportunity to do this action movie, and I was super excited about it, but that got ripped under me because I was pregnant and I couldn't travel internationally.
Wow.
And it was heartbreaking because here I am, this plus-size woman. I finally get to kick some ass and some action, pregnant, but I'll do it. And they said no, the opportunity, they were not flexible. Nobody was flexible. The doctors wasn't flexible. Nobody was flexible, okay? And you're nervous about, will an opportunity like this come again?
Back around.
And it does, if it is for you, and it can come back better.
No, okay, I love to make people repeat things. So you said, and it what? And it
And
does.
it does, and it comes back
around.
better than what
And you feel
could
peace with
imagine.
it, because a lot of times we do stuff and we don't have the peace. We have frantic anxiety associated with it. That's all money ain't good money.
Come on now.
But when you don't have money, you need some money. You know what I'm saying? But then
It's
when
true, though.
when you're in a place where even if you're just a little comfortable, all money ain't good money. Because like there's a cost to everything, and you have to count the cost.
That's exactly it. You start to weigh the opportunity and the personal cost to you. Whether
Weigh
it's
the
whether
opportunity?
the opportunity and the personal cost to
Yes.
you. So is this going to work with my schedule? Is this going to work with my family? Is this going to take away a different opportunity that maybe I want down the road? Right? You have to weigh those with every opportunity that comes your way. And yes, if you're hungry, you're gonna go for what you need to go. Right?
I will work for gas money.
That's
Just
right.
Gas prices.
Well, the way the gas is set up
are
right now.
ridiculous.
But I also think too, especially speaking in terms of our industry, I believe, in a transitional space in terms of our generation, that the ones that came before us did not have the luxury of saying no to stuff. And so I think a lot of the people I worked for are very blessed to work for people like Ava DuVernay, Gina Prince Bythewood, Mara Brock-Akil. That was my trifecta, like being all of their assistants at some point in my early career and seeing.
Wait a second, pardon me?
Yeah. I was Gina Prince Bythewood's assistant on The Secret Life of Bees. I was Ava DuVernay's assistant on I Will Follow, her first narrative film, and I was Mara Brock-Akil's assistant on The Game when it went to BET. I was a writer's assistant on that show.
Is my mouth open?
A little bit.
It should be.
Out here, I was like, all three of them.
Taking advantage of opportunities.
Taking advantage of opportunities. And the thing is that their life and their career looked very different to how when I came in and even where I'm at now. They're sort of like, okay, you sort of picked up on those things, but now I think in our generation, we're sort of like, hold up, I can't do everything. You know, we had to say that and understand, and still being in dialogue with Gina, still being in dialogue with Mara, still being in dialogue with Ava, and how they're saying, yeah, that is, okay, y'all have a space to do that at this point, because they were like, in the 90s, it was like, you better take it, because it felt like it wasn't gonna come around. You know what I'm saying? And so I think now, and so hopefully, as we look at the next, even like, Quinta is like not that much younger than me, but she's of a different, she sort of came a little bit after, and so I see her, she's gonna do it differently than I did. And so I think that's also, to me, super interesting to watch, is like how every generation has to define what flexibility and what opportunity means for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just never try to force anything. I feel like I believe in divine timing, and like whatever's meant for you is gonna be for you, and nobody can take that away.
Yeah.
So if you get presented the opportunity and it doesn't work out, that's okay. There's something bigger and possibly better for you.
Absolutely.
And character, I think, plays a big part of that. If you know you have a good character that's coupled with your talent, people will be breaking down your door to want to work with you. Because sometimes it's not about if you're the best candidate. It's just, I want to work with you because I see a spark, or like you're teachable, or you understand how to collaborate. Those are soft skills that you can't teach everybody.
Exactly, because what I think sometimes is those kind of people who are doing the hiring, they're looking for flexibility also in the people that they're bringing on, board.
Absolutely.
I could talk with you all about flexibility all day, truly. But we got so much stuff to
We
talk
got
about.
taco and yoga.
So thank you again, and please visit Indeed.com/Rising Voices to learn more about this whole initiative. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank you.